Hey guys, it's your best fight friends. I'm COVID Kelsey. That's COVID Rachel.
We've been on a little bit of a break because we've been sick.
We've been sick as dogs, people.
We've been sick. It hasn't been awful, but
tell them the funny story where I come in the living room and you're like, "Did you come here to measure me?" Tell them that. That was funny.
Kelsey got up one morning and I was laying on the couch and I was prepared for when he got up. When he came over to me, I knew exactly what I was going to say.
What did you say?
And I said, "Hey, Kels." I was like, "Can you do me a quick favor?"
And I was like, "Sure."
No.
I was like,
you
what?
were like, "No." And then you were like, maybe. Like it kind of went drawn out because he didn't agree to do me a quick favor right off the bat, knowing I was sick. And then I was like, and so he finally relents.
Why are you trying to make me look bad?
I'm not. You do it as a joke. And says that he'll do me a quick favor. And I was like, "Can you measure me for my coffin?"
Anyway, so yeah, we had to measure her for a coffin.
Gennadiy Golovkin. So
it's Gennadiy.
It's Saturday. We watched a Golovkin fight. He fought on Friday, faced Polish contender
Szeremeta.
Kamil Szeremeta. That's how I'm going to say his name.
I just want to point out that they were given, I saw some people giving the guy mandatory. They were like, how can he be mandatory? Well, the Transnational Boxing Ranking Board had him ranked number 7 in the division, I think. So, it's not like he hadn't done anything in the sport.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But obviously people expected Golovkin to win that fight and stop the guy, and he did. He did
in fact, that. So, Kelsey, my question is what do you think about that? What is your reaction about how Golovkin...
I like fight.
Winning?
I hit hard. I like fight. That's my impression. That's a pretty good impression. I like fight. I can't really do it, but you know what I'm trying to do. Gennadiy Golovkin, I thought, looked like a 38-year-old version of who was formerly the most fearsome fighter in maybe boxing and definitely in 160-pound weight class. One of the best, hardest hitting 160-pound boxing champions ever. But to me, despite all the stuff that the Zone's broadcast team was saying, I didn't think that he looked like the prime Golovkin at all. I thought he looked like an older, tireder fighter who was still one of the best middleweights in the world, but definitely isn't the guy he was when he was 30. I think that he would have run through that guy in 3 rounds. I've seen Golovkin do things to a certain level of fighter, the prime version of him, which is annihilate people. He doesn't look like that guy. He doesn't even have the same style as the guy anymore under Jonathan Banks. He's got a different trainer now for a couple years now. So I don't think he's the same fighter, but he's still one of the best 160-pound fighters in the world. And he's one of the biggest stars in boxing, right? He's been a big star in boxing, and so I'm grateful to be able to watch him fight.
Yeah, I think I basically feel the same way about his performance last night. That wasn't prime Gennadiy Golovkin, despite not just people on DAZN, which DAZN, it was kind of, I was like, can we get anybody on here with a dissenting opinion on this matter? It would have been nice. Even on my Twitter timeline, there were people who were not part of any media, who were fans, who also, they were like, that's Golovkin. He's so, they're fans.
Well, they love him.
And that's fine.
That's good.
But I love Golovkin. He's one of my, favorite, boxing personalities. I really do. I'm a big fan. But what I saw last night, that wasn't prime Golovkin. Prime Golovkin, 4 knockdowns. He didn't come off out of his corner at that last round, was the 7th round. I was like, that wasn't Golovkin from several years back. That wasn't. And this whole thing didn't even have the same feel of a big Golovkin is so feared. When Golovkin came up, he was feared. He was, and I remember specifically seeing Golovkin in a fight where the first round, he got a feel for the guy. And then that next round, he came out and literally walked him down and just pummeled him because Golovkin could walk through that guy's punches.
Yeah,
and he very much could have walked through Szeremeta's punches Friday night.
You said his name right.
Well, I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I just take it a guess.
I said it's remember numbers.
But I don't think now, here's the thing. Do I think Golovkin is competitive in the middleweight division? Absolutely. He's still competitive.
Yep.
And so I want to see him. Let's make fights in this division. You want to,
I like
add to your legacy, keep clearing out this division, work on guys. I'm less concerned about Canelo, who's not even fighting in this weight class right now. I'm more concerned about, hey, who are these other guys? Because you did well against this. Now, does Golovkin have the mental, conviction to continue forth with that? And sometimes when somebody gets to a certain age, that's what I wonder a little bit about. Because to me, he didn't just look like he was a little bit older. It looked like mentally, maybe he wasn't as excited for that fight last night as
He looked tired.
Younger.
He looked tired from, he was clearly winning. He won every round. It was almost like he was working a heavy bag, but he looked tired and kind of tired in a way where he's maybe like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
He's getting paid a lot of money, so I think he's going to fight out his contract.
Yeah.
or as
well,
much
hey,
as
if I'm
he
in
can.
this division, I'm calling out Golovkin.
Yeah, and I think
There's
they have
other fighters in this. Like I definitely want to, and I want to see those fights.
3 other title holders at middleweight are Canelo Alvarez, who holds one of the alphabet belts and is also the lineal champ. He's the Ring Magazine champ. I think he's the T-Bread champ. Okay, then he's also the WBC franchise champ. Well, the WBC champ is Jermall Charlo, and then the other title holder is Demetrius Andrade. Now, I think, why isn't Golovkin fighting Jermall Charlo or Demetrius Andrade? Especially, as much as I want to see him fight Jermall Charlo, Demetrius Andrade is tied to the same network. So this fight, where Chris Mannix for DAZN and Sports Illustrated is always talking about Jermall fighting Andrade, why not just make Andrade versus Golovkin? These guys fight on the same network. It seems like an interesting fight. I don't know who wins that fight. I think I would know if it was 5 years ago who wins that fight, but I don't know who wins it today. Any of those fights would be great for boxing, and I think that the reason that the big Charlo and Andrade don't fight each other is because it would make more money and make more sense for them each to fight a Canelo or fight a Golovkin before fighting each other. Get one of those wins first, and then maybe, right? Because I think the risk has to be weighed with the reward. You want the big reward, right? And that's fighting the big names, Canelo, Golovkin. Any of those fights need to be made. If I'm Golovkin, what if Golovkin could go and beat Jermall Charlo and Demetrius Andrade? That would be something. Amazing. And then there is some question among some people, where does Golovkin sit all time as a middleweight champion? A lot of people have him on the list already. Some people have him near the top. But if he could do that, if he could clean out the division again, maybe he never gets to the Canelo rematch, but he picks these other guys off, which is a big ask. I'm not even sure he'll be favored in those fights.
Yeah.
That would definitely solidify, I think, his chances to be ranked among the top middleweight boxing champions ever.
What would solidify our chances to be ranked in the top, YouTube shows?
I think we're going to have to get a Jake Paul or like a Logan Paul, maybe a Conor McGregor to come and like exclusively do a show with us every day for like a month. Now, the chances of that, frankly, are quite low.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.